The NC State Wolfpack, the topic of discussion for this spring football report, brought to you by Riley Skinner and myself, Kyle Montgomery. Let's get straight to it. I guess the biggest development for NC State this summer would be, at first, the return of Mustafa Green, but then the drug charges came and it kind of a downward spiral a bit.
Yeah, it's frustrating to see somebody who's getting his opportunity to come back, come off an injury and make an impact, and then you go and get in some off-season trouble. Yeah. And to be honest, Tom O'Brien, he's a military guy. There's not a lot of tolerance for this kind of stuff. So he's going to have to work his way back into Tom O'Brien's good graces if he wants to stay on this team. Hopefully he does.
And they still have James Washington, who's coming off a really solid year in the backfield. All right, let's get you a look at what you need to know about the NC State Wolfpack. To finish a respectable 8-5 last year, 14 starters returned from that squad, and even 7 on offense and defense. Mike Glennon back for his senior year, but lost 2 of his main targets in T.J. Graham and Jay Smith. As I mentioned earlier, though, James Washington, he's back. He's looking good, coming off a really strong year. All right, when you take all of this into account, Riley, what would be this team's biggest strength?
Without a doubt, Mike Glennon. I mean, it's his team. This is the Mike Glennon show. Russell Wilson's name is kind of now out the window. He's probably he's glad not to hear that. But again, they've got 4 offensive linemen coming back. They're going to give him a lot of time to toss that ball around. He's got to get acclimated to his receivers. And you also got, David Amerson.
Oh, yeah.
Taking balls away in the secondary.
Yeah. Okay, well, give us the biggest question mark.
Well, you talked about how he's losing his targets. I mean, you lose T.J. Graham. You lose Jay Smith. And then you also lose tight end George Bryan. And they love to throw to the tight ends. This spring and summer and off season, it's going to be a big time for Mike Glennon to get that connection back with his receivers so he can have a productive year in 2012.
Well, let's get a look at the road ahead for this team. They open against Tennessee in the ATL. That one should be fun. They don't play a conference game until September 29th when they meet up with Miami. And then they got a couple of tough roadies, as you can see, against Clemson, who won the conference title, of course, last year, and North Carolina. Give me your prediction. How will they fare?
I give them 7 wins. I think they'll definitely be playing in a bowl this upcoming year. Hopefully they've got a faster start than last year, but I definitely give them 7 wins, possibly a couple more.
Yeah, 7 wins. That's you're going bowling.
You're going bowling.
Postseason.
Yeah.
All right, that's a look at your NC State Wolfpack Spring Football Report, brought to you by Riley Skinner and a little old me, Kyle McGowan.